bad decisions that ended up being not just bad, but fatal. Remember, before we used to end every show or start every show, we used to say, arrest the cops that murdered Breonna Taylor. Mm-hmm. Remember? Mm-hmm. We used to say it every show. And when Daniel Cameron had came down with that doggone verdict, mm-hmm. and we was just like, nigga, what? You said, say what? Say who? Mm-hmm. Wanton endangerment. But oh, thanks be to God and the ancestors that said, not so. Ha! Listen, God said, when I am in a thing, remember that song that Pastor used to sing, Shauna? God is turning things around and around and around and around and around and around and around. He's turning things around. Yes, I remember. That's what just happened with Breonna Taylor. Let me tell you something. So, former Louisville Metro Police Department Detective Kelly Goodlet pled guilty to felony conspiracy in court, and she's only going to be charged with 5 years mm-hmm. for lying to the judge.
Only 5
to get the warrant mm-hmm. that led to those cops.
Killed someone.
That come into the house that killed Breonna Taylor. Remember all of those posts when people was like, if she wasn't acting so ghetto, or she wasn't acting so hood, she wouldn't have been murdered. Or if she wasn't with those hood thugs or drug dealers, she wouldn't have been murdered.
Mm-hmm. She was asleep. At the end of the day, it don't matter who she was with. She was asleep. There's no reason for anybody, I don't care who you're with, to be murdered in your sleep.
Exactly.
Well, according to Attorney General Merrick Garland and Assistant Attorney General Kristen Clark, a sister.
Hey.
4 current and former Louisville, Kentucky police officers were charged with federal crimes connected to the 2020 death of Breonna Taylor because the state couldn't do it. The state didn't do it because Daniel Cameron was the coon that...
Well, the thing was, they charged the officers who actually did the shooting. But to their defense, and which is why they were found not guilty, is because they were only acting out what they were told.
I mean, I am actually glad that Merrick Garland is finally putting up the chest and asserting his authority as he should. Because I think we've seen all throughout Trump's presidency, his attorney generals do that and more to show us that who's the master. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that he's finally like, okay, well, we're going to raid Mar-a-Lago. You know what I'm saying? We're going to charge those in the crimes that need to be charged.
He's playing chess, not checkers.
You better go ahead and say it then. Get me all the way together. Get me together. Put me in my place.
Mouth wide open. He's playing chess.
Let me take a sip.
He's positioning all of his pieces. He's not making a whole bunch of noise. He's not showing you his hand. He's just making sure that the job gets done. And that is what we all should want.
You're right. You're right, sis.
I'm
right.
Saying,
You're right. Get me together.
That is what we should
Get
all
me together. You're right.
Not the standing up on the news thing saying, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. He's not saying nothing. He's strategically making moves.
Well, at least something's getting done. Something's better than nothing. Something's better than nothing.
I think that we want to know. We want to know he's going to do something. We want to know. But it's just like, if we know, then that's how people can anticipate his next move. They weren't prepared at Mar-a-Lago. They were like, what is going on? And the only reason why we found out about it
was because of Trump.
So
you got a point.
All these years of working at a law firm with all these attorneys, I did learn a little something.
Got a little something in there.
I did learn
you was paying attention. You was paying attention.
You was listening in the meetings.
I was listening in the meetings.
You're right, sis. You know what?
I've been listening because we're so over these last stuff. Like,
I think Trump has gotten us so.
Yeah, you want to
circus eyes.
Want to know? Yeah, and it's just it was never that way.
Yeah, we didn't know that Osama was taken down until Barry got up on that podium and said,
exactly.
After a concerted, covert effort, Osama bin Laden has been taken down by special force. And yeah, you're right.
Like, we always found out about stuff after the fact.
Yeah.
So I applaud him.
Well, you know what? Go ahead, Merrick. So last but not least, speaking of the Trump train, it appears that not just the Trumpards, it seems that the Christian hemisphere has become, I believe, like the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey circus.
Yes.
And it's not just on the evangelical side. It's not just on that side. It's on the Black church side as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have the cussing pastor, you have the pastor that has just gotten held up on camera
and challenged DL to a boxing match.
Wait, what?
The pastor that got robbed, he challenged DL Hughley to a boxing match after DL called him out.
So he asked him to box.
He to a celebrity.
So now he feels that he's a celebrity.
So and DL said, "Well, what celebrity is gonna fight for you? You ain't gonna come for DL Hughley.
Why would you even try?
Exactly.
Why would you
even gonna come for DL Hughley and not get your ass handed to you?
I wouldn't even try to do anything. I'd be like, you know what? You're right, sis.
The Christian nationals that talk about about Black people, wanting reparations, and how, those that if you vote Democratic, then you are, you're not Christian. And I mean, you've seen some of these clips on Instagram and Twitter that they're just like, nigga, are you serious? And these are pastors and apostles and bishops that have been ordained and actually have theologian degrees.
Because at the end of the day, it ain't about God. It's about black and white.
Money.
That's it.
Black, white, and green.
They don't think we should be, all they see us as is black.
But the fact that they claim a Christ that was born, if you even go to the geographical location of his birth,
it's not.
Y'all don't even like the people that Italy.
I said in the Middle East.
Oh, I was about to say Jesus was in Italy.
I said
I mean, when he was in Rome, when they went to Pontius Pilate.
I said in the Middle East. I did not.
But yeah, so back in the back, what hue?
He was blonde haired and blue eyes.
When? Like, please,
that
people.
Picture.
Please, people.
That
like,
picture.
I just need y'all to just like make it make sense. Mims, please. Just think geographically where he was born on the map, on the globe, how the weather was there.
He could not be.
And he come in that white.
And
with the blonde hair.
blue eyes.
The blue eyes, yeah. It was a little darker.
Just a little dark.
A little dark, a little tad bit dark.
Just go to any I'm just saying, like I just need y'all to think, and don't go by me. Just go to any person that's a historian. Just go to the pages of.
We got to go through the pages of.
Anybody that knows that part of the earth, that has studied that part of the earth. Go to anybody that studied that part of the earth and just ask them, what do the people that look like that? That from that time? What do they look like?
Mm-hmm.
Just ask them.
But their story sounds a lot better. It fits their whole being. They have
keep the lie alive.
They got to keep that lie alive.
You know what? I just really feel that we as a group of people, we need to, if we're going to profess God and we're going to profess love, there has to be something that we do that separates ourselves from the rest. We can't be like them.
But their God isn't the same as them as our God.
Well, our God is greater.
Our God is not the same God.
But my question is, how did we get to the point where the name brands, that's what you promoting there? I'm not understanding. And how are you on your knees praising God and asking God for more? Or I remember hearing a clip the other day that
Am I not as good as your McDonald's? Your McDonald's or your Red Lobster money? That dude.
Well, he was saying something about maybe the same person, like how he wanted some name brands, and because of
something
because of the offerings that was given, he couldn't. Like he said, "What kind of congregation I got that I can't acquire these things?" And I'm like, when did this all happen? I haven't been in church the way I should be, but I'm like, wait a minute, it's like something in the water. It just changed the whole dynamic of it, and it's a little scary. It's a little scary because I'm like, we supposed to be praising God, and if you praising God and you can But the sad part is that the congregation is going along with the nonsense.
It's foolishness.
Yeah. Like they drinking the Kool-Aid like they were Jim Jones. And they gotta get they pastors to make sure their pastors wearing Gucci, Louis Vuitton.
If I'm not wearing Gucci,
you not wearing Gucci. No, I'm not. No, because I mean, if you want to wear Gucci, you can wear Gucci. If you want to wear Prada and you want to wear Fendi, you can do whatever you want to do.
But don't be paid for it.
If I can't pay for it myself.
You know, my bishop, and I'm not going to put his name out there, but my bishop, I remember years ago when I first started going to this mega church, my bishop said, listen, one day I will be a millionaire and it's not going to be off of y'all backs. Mm-hmm. So he started painting pictures and doing all of these different little hobbies, writing books. Because this thing is like, don't think I'm going to become a millionaire off your orphans. And I appreciated that. I was like, all right, cool. So he had a lot of side hustles so that he can get to that level. I'm not mad at him about that. As long as you're not taking the offering that should be put into the community and helping people.
Right.
Yeah. Because I'm not saying that, you know, these pastors should not be millionaires, but if you have a congregation that makes less than $50,000 on average,
right?
Hello. And you're a millionaire, and your average, the mean MEAN of your congregation is under $50,000 in this annual salary, something's wrong.
So. Yeah, and when your communities are lacking.
Yes,
that part.
Your communities are lacking. The policing in the communities are lacking. You know what I'm saying? The church was supposed to be the pillar in the community, but the church is just the puller in the community instead of the pillar. And it's just like, you can't tell me that you're doing such a great job when your community, the safe place is the church, but everything around you is crumbling.
Yes.
But if you look back to the Black church and the civil rights movement and them in slavery, they were the place where the slaves would go and hide them to get to freedom. The civil rights movement, they were the ones that led it. Like it all started in church. So where did it become more about self and less about people?
I don't know.
I think after they murdered and executed Dr. King, and they started to dismantle the Black family purposely, strategically, I think that it all went downhill after that. You know what I'm saying? Because they started to separate, you know, everything and everyone. And I think everybody just went for self.
I agree.
Including the church.
Yeah.
And that 501c3 status made it real easy.
And
then money.
Because they can't speak about politics to an extent. They can't endorse a candidate.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, the Bible says, know thy word for thyself.
And the Bible also says, he that winneth souls is wise.
Yeah, and these people ain't wise, but that's besides the point.
And that pushes people away who are on the fence of whether or not they want to go to church.
Definitely.
Like that. And I'm like,
I ain't going there.
Like, sure.
You're like, girl, bye. Don't invite me no more.
You got $400,000 worth of jewelry on the pulpit. Like, who does that? You got people who, you know, probably didn't have an outfit to wear to church, but they put something together. They got to see your $400,000 jewelry wearing ass on the pulpit.
And then you want to ask for an offering.
Yo.
Disgusting.
The hell?
They're supposed to have food programs and child care programs and education.
Everybody in your flock should be flourishing.
Yeah.
Everybody. If you going to have all of that going on in your church, if you Gucci, Prada, Fendi, everybody in your church should be flourishing.
Mm-hmm.
Your community should be one of those communities that's like, oh yeah, that community there, they doing they got public housing for, they got low income housing for these, and they just started doing that.
They got scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, remember the video when the guy was getting robbed? The person that had me rolling was one of the pastors that was sitting on the pulpit. He
was like this.
I was like, if he didn't,
he had his Bible.
He didn't jump to the floor.
He
sat there like
he had his Bible.
He's like, he was saying, I told them niggas to get here too.
He's like, da 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 da.
You can't tell me he was a part of the setup. Let me be sitting. I'd have been like, oh shit! I'd have been
He was like, people moving out, people moving in. Why? Because of the color of his skin.
That's why I had to watch the video like 3 times to figure out, like, wait a minute. Because he just sat there like this. And he was watching a movie.
He looked just like how you look.
He's like, run, but you still can't hide.
Da, 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 da.
I was a detective. I was like, I need to speak to him.
Because he knows something.
I need to know what he knows.
I was like, sir, on a scale of 1 to 10, how scared were you?
Deacon McInnes, we need to speak to you in the back.
Yeah, I'm scared because you didn't flinch. It was as if you was expecting the robbery to happen.
He was like you just see his
was like, oh wait, oh.
He was like, all right.
You don't look down. You look up. Thought I.
Oh God!
I can't.
I was like, yeah, he has something to do with it.
Well, and as our former president says, to Timothy. And to Timothy,
it says it right there in the book.
It says it.
It
says this, know also that in the last days perilous time shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful and unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. And that's in 2 Timothy.
Okay.
That is
all right.
2 Timothy.
That's
2 Timothy.
For all of you.
Chapter 3. That's 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. Just in case. But anyway, we gotta do better. But the word is a word, and that ain't nothing but the truth right there in 2 Timothy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You better get right or get left, as Sister Yvette says, because your slip is showing.
Your slip is showing.
Let me tell you.
Still can't get over that. Your slip is showing.
Your slip is showing, okay? But if you have not yet, make sure that you subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment. But as always, we love you for watching. Thanks to our sisters, Yvette and Coda.
Adorable.
I know, that little voice. Keisha, the new baby of the family. And Shauna Dawn.
Who doesn't like animals?
Shauna hating on Coda. That's your white Coda. Archie love that baby.
I don't like animals.
I'm Kaya. Good night.